Hi Pisces. My name is Marlissa. This is Edward from Mars Tarot. I am not new to this. I am true to this. I have just tried this on different platforms and now we're finally here on YouTube. So do me a favor and subscribe to the girl if you're feeling it. If you like it here, end up loving it here, please feel free and stay. Also, please be very kind in the comments. I know how YouTubers do. And I'm not with that. I'm not with all, the negativity. Like, yes, state your opinions and stuff, but don't do too much. All right. Like, let's keep it cute here. All right. So this is going to be for the Pisces placements: Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, and Rising. Maybe even your North Node and your South Node. If you're like, girl, what? Look into your birth chart. All right. Look into your birth chart and watch the other placements, because what I find in tarot is that when you're only looking at your sun sign, it's just not enough. And looking at like your other signs, it ends up telling the whole story. I remember when I first started watching tarot, I would only watch my sun sign, then I gradually start watching my rising sign, then my Venus, because that's the planet of love. And then I got to my moon, and once I got to my moon, baby, um, uh it all start really clicking. All right. So anyway, we're here to do a love reading today. So let's go ahead and get right into it. This is a new deck. So I don't know all of the means, and yes, I am an intuitive tarot reader, but sometimes it's like, baby, let me read from that book to see what's going on. So let's get into it. Love messages. Love messages. Love messages. Ooh. If this is more than 5, I'm putting it up, Pisces. Let me all know. Oh yeah, this is way too many. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's too many. I'm not doing that. Let's try again. Let me look at them though, just in case they come out again. All right. Cool. Some of you may maybe something in your love life is making you nervous. Feel a little nauseous because I just start getting that feeling. Some of you could be connected to an Aries placement, or maybe you can have Aries in your chart, just because 3 of these cards here I saw in the last reading, okay? First sign of Aries. All right, so you have 3 major arcana cards here. That means that they have a black border, and that like those cards are the more, excuse my gut, yo. Those are like the more important cards in the reading. You also have some red bordered cards here, which means like your physical world, and you have 1 purple card here, which is like your spiritual world. So yeah. Okay. So we have this the overall energy of the spread is lead, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the Emperor. So let me double check. Um right quick. Pretty sure that's the Emperor, which would be, again, sign of Aries, which I had already said. Some of you may be connected to the Aries placement. It definitely is. All right. So the Emperor card is wanting you to it talks about guiding, prioritizing, act, structure, effort, and reason. And it's wanting you to examine the role that you play in your relationships. Do you take the lead and guide the direction of the relationship, or do you follow the other person? If you lead, are you forcing your will on the other person? Aries can be very forceful. Fire signs in general can be, to be very honest. It's something we have to watch out for. I have 2 fire sign placements. I get it. And if you do end up following and being submissive, like, are your needs met, Um, so I think the Emperor is a big reminder of give and take, because the Emperor is a leader, and that is what he knows what to do. Now, regardless of whether your energy is more masculine or more feminine, The Emperor is a very masculine energy, but you can be identified as a woman or be a woman and still carry the Emperor energy. This card also really focuses on the intellectual rather than the emotional side of relationships. And I think that's something where like that probably is good for a Pisces, to be very honest, because Pisces are so emotional, right? Um, so just remember that. And the affirmation for this card too is I ensure that my relationships are healthy and that each person's needs are met, because Pisces, you are a mutable sign. So you know how to follow. Pisces also know how to be very, very submissive as well. So let me tell you what signs I see here. I see Aries, Gemini, and Pisces. You are here. So Aries, Gemini, and Pisces are the signs that I see, okay? So we have the High Priestess here as well. All right, the affirmation with this card is I honor myself by being present and truly listening to the messages I hear. So some of you may need to take some time to, meditate, be quiet, be centered, all right? Pisces, or the High Priestess specifically, she sees, she hears, she senses, but she needs quiet. She needs intention to listen to that inner knowing. Pisces is a very feminine sign, by the way, all right? Um, Also, some of you may need to be quiet to really pay attention to your partner. Like, what is the other person really saying without saying it? Okay. Uh, some of you may really be connected to a soulmate here. So maybe that's a little bit easier for you to do, right? Like it may be easy for you to tune in and tap in, okay? However, with somebody especially who is like an Emperor Pisces, all right, you got to see through all the hardness and the tough exterior. This is love, all right, which is known as the Lovers sign of Gemini. And the affirmation for that card is I honor myself as well as others by acting from a place of love. Okay. So there's definitely a big soulmate here. Again, some of you may be having like a fresh start, like with this soulmate. So maybe some of you all had some hard times. Maybe you guys were having a hard time finding some balance, whether that was with one another, with multiple responsibilities you had in your life, with prioritizing love, and then your finances or your work. Because some of you, right, we have find balance and we have dedicated effort right next to one another. The dedicated effort card is all about like putting extra time and work into your craft. So some of you also may be in a need of a place of nurturing your relationship. If you are in relationships, some of you may be in really deep need of that right now, especially if you've been neglecting it. For some of you all, that could be a self-love message. Maybe some of you are neglecting yourself. Maybe Pisces, some of you are so tapped in with your lover that you're not listening to yourself. All right. At the bottom of the deck, we have Simply Love, which this is like the Six of Cups in traditional tarot. So, maybe some of you are feeling like nostalgic, about a lover, or, maybe even nostalgic about like your childhood or something. Maybe being a child because maybe you're so much in this Emperor energy. So I'm going to bring up a self-love message if it comes through too, Love also, I want to remind you, which I didn't say this in the Aries reading, but love does not just have to be romantic. It can be platonic. So these messages can apply to friendships. These messages can apply to sibling relationships, parent-child relationships, work relationships. If you're like loving somebody in the workplace, like if you're like, close or whatever, right? Or family relationships. So just keep that in mind. So let's pull some oracle cards. I'm going to pull 6 of them. Love messages for the Pisces placements. Love messages for the Pisces placements. Love messages for the Pisces placements. I'm getting really nauseous, y'all. So super reminding you that if you have an Aries placement or you're connected to one, to go watch that. I don't really encourage cross watching because I think it can get really unhealthy and I think it can get obsessive. Cross watching is when you don't have those placements but you're watching for a sign that you're interested in. So just be mindful of that. Okay. A bunch of cards just fell, but I'm not taking the rest of those, so I'm putting those up. And I'll read what I have for y'all. With oracle cards especially, they may not apply. So if they don't, let it fly. Move On came out, just FYI, that like tried to fly back out there after I picked up all the cards. So I just want to let y'all know that that was said. Okay. And Temptation is at the bottom of the deck. All right. So somebody here may be Pisces. You may be tempted by an earth sign, or maybe your person is. All right, because earth sign was underneath that. We have unrequited or unbalanced. Unrequited or unbalanced, that came out in the Aries reading. Past or past life. Past or past life. So some of you, this could be about like a past life lover if you believe in that. So this may not have been like y'all's not. I don't mean that in like the reality in the 3D. I mean like in, what is it, 5D? I don't know what D it is, but like literally if you believe in past lives and such like that, you and this person may have been together before. That could be why it's so hard to, you know, move on, or why you guys' connection and like soulmate bond is here, because y'all have loved each other before in another lifetime. All right. We have air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, which we did have. Remember, love come out, which would be for the lovers, which is for a sign of Gemini. So you may be connected to a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. We have rejection. Maybe some of you rejected a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, or they rejected you. We have reconcile. Reconcile, which I do kind of see a new beginning here. All right, I see that. And it's with the Simply Love card, and you know, with the new vitality. Okay, I could see if something started over. And we have self-love though too, which I did mention that. So Pisces, if you love it here, please remember to subscribe, and see you next time.